Hello, welcome to Mari's workshop. Today we are going to show you how to make this winter cape. In the video we are going to make a cape for 4-year-old girl, but at the end of the video I am giving you a chart with all the measurements for any sizes you want to make. So if you want to know how to make it, stay with me and I will show you how. In the fabric you choose, we have to cut two rectangles of 32 centimeters width in this side. Remember, this is for 4 years, and in the longest side mark 64 centimeters. Here I am marking the 32, and my fabric, it has already 64 centimeters of length. So here I am tracing my rectangle of 32 by 64 centimeters. I cut it and then I cut the second one. Once you have it, fold it like this, and the other rectangle, set it like this in the part you didn't fold and cover it in this way to form the cape. This is the shape you have to get with the cape, and I am going to put some pins here to show you how you have to stitch it. Also here, this is the way we are going to construct our cape with the two rectangles. We are going to stitch the rectangles by here in this line, and in the other side by here. Start stitching from the bottom part of the cape and finish here. In the other side do the same, and there you have the shape of your cape. It has to be like this. Now cut any excess of fabric you get like this. Both layers must be the same shape and the same size. And now we are going to make the border for our cape, and we are going to start from here in this corner in the bottom. I am going to use this yarn, but you can use any yarn you like. I am going to do it by crochet. So first make a chain in this way and keep your hook inside. Now take one layer of the cape and in the corner insert the hook and make a chain like this. Now I have two chains and I will close it with a slip stitch like this. Then I am going to give 4 chains and insert again the hook in this way, close it with a slip stitch, make again 4 chains, insert the hook again, make a slip stitch, again 4 chains, insert again in my fabric. Remember to choose a fabric which is soft and it will allow you to insert the hook. I am going to give this stitch in all around the bottom part of the cape. Once you finished, insert the hook here in the point you started and close with 2 slip stitches to secure it. Now you can remove the hook and pull the yarn, and we are going to give the same stitch in the neckline of our cape. Here I'm going to start from this corner in the front and going all around the neckline, obviously taking 1 layer of fabric, and repeat the same process I explained you for the border of the cape. Is 4 chains at a time, then insert again the hook and again 4 chains, the same process I explained you before. Once you finish, for the second row of our neckline, we are going to give treble crochet stitches. If you don't know how to make it, let me explain you how. or you can also check online for more reference. In the same point you finish, you have to stitch 3 chains. This is 1, 2, and after the third one you have to pass the hook around the thread like this and insert it again in the first row. Take it out, then make 1 chain taking 1 loop, make another chain taking 2 loops, and then the third chain taking the 3 loops you have, like this. The next one is the same, around the thread, then 1 chain, the second one taking 2 loops, and the third one taking all the loops you have in your hook, like this. You need to get something like this. It's like 3 sticks of crochet covering the space we have in between in the first row, as you can see here. After this I am going to crochet 4 chains, and I will repeat the same process in the next space I have. I am going to make a treble crochet, a second treble crochet, and a third one. I am making this kind of squares with a space in between. You have to get something like this. Repeat it all around the neckline, and these holes are because we are going to pass a cord with the tassels for the neckline. Once I finish, is something like this, as you can see here. Then we are going to make the cord for the tassels. The cord we are going to pass through the spaces we left in our second row in the neckline. And for that I am going to make just a line of chains, as long as you want. For this example, for 4 years old, I use 300 chains, but you can make it as long as you want, as I mentioned before. Once you have it, we are going to pass it through the holes in the second row I crocheted in my neckline. One from outside to inside, and then the opposite in this way. To get this, leave the extremes of the cord in the front of the cape, because there we will attach the tassels. Okay. To make our tassels, take the thread in between your fingers in this way and give 20 rows. Remember, in the chart at the end of this video I give you all the measurements for every part of this cape, the tassels, the cord, the cape, etc. Now pass the cord like this in the middle and make a knot. Fold it in this way. And then we are going to make another knot to secure it. Cut the yarn here. Take the top part and tie it, making like a bowl here. I'm going to make a knot. Like this. Make it double. And now cut the excess of yarn and also open the loops, cutting in between them, and cut it to make it perfect like this. There you have one, and you have to make another one in the other extreme of the cord. Once you finish, you can brush it if you want. And you finish your tassels. Now we are going to put some fringe here. For that, you have to cut segments of yarn 20 centimeters long. If you have a cover in your table like me, you can mark it the 20 centimeters here and use those marks to cut the yarn for your fringe. Like this. In this way you are going to get exactly the same size for every fringe. Once you cut it all, you have to insert it in this way in the base of the cape. Take the hook and bring it from the middle point inside. Then pass the extremes of the fringe inside of the loop I have here in this way and pull it like this. Let's do it again. With the hook, take the middle of the fringe inside. Now inside of this loop, pass the extremes and pull it. In the same way, you can add as many fringe as you want. I will attach a lot to give a more comfy look. But you can put as many as you want, depending on how you want your cape to look. You can put them more together to give this look and brush it to keep it perfect. And that's it, our cape is ready. I hope you like this project and this tutorial. If you like it, please share it with your friends. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And if you want more videos in English, please let me know in the description box below this video. Also, give me your comments or any doubt you want. Here you have the chart with all the measurements you need to make your cape in any size you want. As you can see here is the measurements for every part of the cape, including the cord, the fringe and everything. You can pause the video and take a screenshot and print it, or just take notes of the size you need to make your cape.